From the Supreme Court ahead of the Maharashtra elections. What we're getting to hear from the Supreme Court is that the Ajit Pawar faction will be retaining the clock symbol in the upcoming Maharashtra polls. This is a big win there for the Mahayuti. In fact, the Supreme Court, however, has asked Ajit Pawar faction to use the symbol with a disclaimer. So this is also an interesting bit that has come in. Remember, Sharad Pawar is the one who had moved the Supreme Court against Ajit Pawar over the clock symbol. So a bit of a setback there for the NCP chief with the Supreme Court saying that Ajit Pawar faction can also retain the clock symbol. Ananya joins us for more on this. Ananya, tell us more. What exactly happened in court and why is it that the Ajit Pawar faction will have to use the clock symbol with a disclaimer?
Well, since the matter is pending before the Supreme Court of India, and in fact, there is the dispute with regards to the clock symbol still retained before the topmost court of the country. The Supreme Court has asked the Ajit Pawar faction to actually, use this particular symbol for the upcoming Maharashtra polls with a disclaimer. However, if you see it in the larger context, it is a big win for, in fact, the Ajit Pawar faction, that the symbol has not been taken away by, in fact, the Supreme Court from the Ajit Pawar faction, and they can continue to use this, legendary clock symbol in the Maharashtra Assembly polls. So very clearly, somewhere or the other, it seems to be a big win. How much of it does it affect the Maharashtra politics? Whether it would affect the vote count, whether the Ajit Pawar faction would be able to make a good amount of presence during this particular poll, something that we'll have to wait and watch for.
Right. Yesha, how big a setback is this for Sharad Pawar? This reminds me of the time of Eknath Shinde and when he was in a fight also with Uddhav Thackeray as far as the Shiv Sena name was concerned. If you could just give us some more context about this big news coming in.
So yes, here of course Ajit Pawar has been asked to use a symbol, but with a disclaimer. However, when you speak of the previous election as well, both Sharad Pawar as well as Uddhav Thackeray did not have the symbols with them. In fact, Sharad Pawar had fought on the Tutari symbol. On the other hand, we've seen that Uddhav Thackeray had fought on a mashal, which means burning flame. So both of these parties had, in fact, of course, earlier fought on a symbol which was not their actual symbol. However, of course, this is a disappointing statement that comes in just ahead of the Vidhan Sabha elections, because when you compare the Lok Sabha elections to Vidhan Sabha elections, they're a different ball game altogether. However, when you speak of the current symbol that both these parties were using, Sharad Pawar wanted to stake claim over the clock symbol. However, that is something that Supreme Court has not ruled in their favor. Here, of course, we've seen that in traditional rural societies, it is the parties which associate with the symbols. In fact, in most of the rural areas, voting ideally takes place on the basis of a symbol. People do not really look at the candidates. Yes. It is just a trust vote that takes place on the basis of the name of the party. Which is why here, of course, this is something that can cause a setback, but whether it does or not is something that only time will tell us.
But isn't this a shot in the arm for Ajit Pawar and also a big win for the Mahayuti in terms of perception?
Absolutely. When we speak of a person like Sharad Pawar, who has had a stronghold in Maharashtra for so long, he has to go on a symbol again in Vidhan Sabha, which is not the actual symbol that he used to fight on. It, of course, is a booster because, in such instances, when it comes to a voter's perception, the fact that the perception is formed on the basis of the symbol is something that they get a leeway over. That is something that can increase their vote count by a negligible margin. And, of course, this is something that can affect the voter percentage for Ajit Pawar in a big way. Similar is the case with when it comes to Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde faction, because the original symbol is not with the Shiv Sena UBD faction. This is also something that which could be a shot in the arm for both of these alliance partners.
Oh, absolutely. Yesha, thank you so much for joining us. So that clock symbol can be used by Ajit Pawar, who had, along with several other MLAs, decided to join the Shiv Sena BJP government, which led to, in fact, that split in the NCP. And now he can also use that clock symbol. A very big news coming in for the Mahayuti just ahead of the Maharashtra elections. Yesha, thanks so much.